Our next story is from Dubai. A city once known for its skyline has become the new playground for the rich. They're relocating to the UAE from all over the world. This year, nearly 10,000 millionaires are expected to move to the UAE, and most of them are choosing Dubai. Among them could be steel tycoon Lakshmi Mittal. We told you about him yesterday. Reports say he's leaving the UK and he'll spend more time in Dubai. But what explains this larger trend? Why are the wealthy heading to Dubai? Because it offers something that most cities don't. No income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax. That's what makes it attractive. Of course, there's a downside of this rush. Real estate costs are spiking, so are rents and road traffic. For now, the ultra-rich seem to be happy to make this trade-off as long as they get policy certainty and tax concessions. Here's a report.
Dubai is no longer just a city of supercars and skyscrapers. It's becoming something else, a safe haven for the world's ultra-rich. This year alone, nearly 10,000 millionaires are expected to move to the UAE, and a large chunk of them are heading to Dubai. Wealth managers call it a crossroads of capital. A private bank says this shift isn't temporary. It's a trend that will last through the next decade. So what's driving this sudden surge? Why is Dubai the new playground of the wealthy? Let's start with what the city offers. There's no income tax, no capital gains tax, and no inheritance tax either. It's also considered to be one of the safest cities in the world, with high-end healthcare, reliable infrastructure, and a government that promises long-term policy stability. Add to that world-class schools, luxury real estate, and easy travel access to Europe, Africa, and Asia. For many high-net-worth individuals, that ticks every box, which is why the names now arriving in Dubai are making headlines. Lakshmi Mittal, the Indian-origin steel tycoon, apparently will now spend more time in Dubai. Reportedly, he is preparing to leave the United Kingdom. He's worth close to $20 billion. And it's not just individuals. Big institutions are following their clients. JP Morgan, HSBC, BlackRock, Standard Chartered, they're all expanding operations in the Gulf. Dubai is no longer just a transit hub. It's now a permanent base for global wealth. But this isn't just about Dubai. Zoom out, and the larger UAE is also evolving. Abu Dhabi is attracting a different kind of capital, the kind that funds innovation, energy, and finance. It's where global asset managers are setting up shop because the regulatory environment is stable and the incentives are strong. In fact, the UAE is now ranked among the top 3 destinations for migrating millionaires. It sits ahead of the UK, ahead of Hong Kong, and ahead of most traditional financial capitals. But here's the catch. Living in Dubai isn't cheap. The city is now the 7th most expensive in the world, and the 4th most expensive across Europe, West Asia, and Africa. Real estate prices have surged. Luxury rents have spiked. Even basic services cost more. There's a glut of traders, lawyers, and bankers. This is pushing up prices further for services, as well as property values and rents. It's also making it harder to get school admissions. Public transport remains limited, and the roads are often jammed. But for the rich, that's the price of certainty. And it seems they are more than willing to pay it.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.